Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to OvenBreak, where this is going to be a little bit of an interesting video, because this is going to be one of the first times where, while going through this, I'm actually not going to be going through gameplay, which I know is shocking, but, well, how is this video going to work? Well, the main reason why I'm making this video is primarily because of the fact that they actually released something in regards to the announcements on OvenBreak. Like, you know how they have, like, the little, this thing where there's the community, there's the updates, and all this stuff, but there's also the notices. The notices are where they, like, post all, like, any current, like, update that's going into the game, either if it just happened, or if it's, like, a quick patch, or if it's, like, something that's upcoming. However, something interesting that I thought I wanted to talk about here was the fact that, they're doing another change to Magic Candies, which if you're wondering what that's like, let me explain. Quickly, in the beginning of the Yugwa update, I'm pretty sure, they did this change to Magic Candy, which was interesting. That happens with specifically Yugwa Cookie, but most likely coming to other cookies in the future, at least originally. Now, if we just sort this by, well, I guess rarity, but yeah, there it is. If we go to Yugwa Cookie, you'll see this little feature where you could have two different types of blessings at once, where apparently this acts as some sort of like a special blessing or like some super blessing in regards to Yugwa Cookie, which how this works, I don't know, but it also just makes it so that you can have two different types of things activate, which I know is weird, but it just makes it so that you can have two of them, which I assumed it either meant like, oh, well, can I swap between one and the other? And like, I could just make this one my current one? No, it means both of them would be active, or you would need to activate one to the other. It's really hard to explain, but this is literally just like the basic of it all. There's that, this, and this, which doesn't even give you much of an explanation because of how, like, little it explains it to you. It's difficult, but what is this video about? Because apparently this got some backlash by a lot of people. And I was thinking about doing a short, but I wanted to see, like, should I do a little bit more of, like, waiting before people would make, a big talk about this? But once I go to notices, this is the thing that really got me to want me to make this video. Because all these things down here says like, oh, greetings from the Kick Your OvenBreak team, and then greetings from the Kick Your OvenBreak team, and then greetings. It just tells you this is from the Kick Your OvenBreak team. But then up here says, hello, this is Killian Ko, CEO of Devsisters. And they straight up say this in an announcement, which I'm about to read the announcement for you right now if you want any context about this, because this gets interesting. Clear my throat for this. Hello. This is Killian Ko, CEO of Devsisters, the CEO of Devsisters. We at Devsisters put a lot of time into thinking about how to provide a more enjoyable experience to everyone who loves Cookie Run in all its forms. However, the restructuring of the Magic Candy blessing system in Cookie Run OvenBreak has disappointed many of you, our players, who have stuck with the game through its 8 years of service. I would like to first offer my sincerest apologies. Our developers have been monitoring your feedback following the update, using it as a starting point when discussing how to improve things further and lessen your frustration. Now, we recognize that during this process, we were not transparent enough in our communication with you, our players. I apologize for the lack of a quicker solution to the Magic Candy blessing system, and for the lack of clear communication as to what we were even doing to fix it. Now, we monitor many online communities where our players gather to better listen to your voices and thoughts about our games. We also had the opportunity to communicate directly with a group of players who visited our headquarters to share their feedback with us. Based on the feedback gathered, the Kick Your OvenBreak team has decided to rework the Magic Candy blessing system to solve issues and concerns created by the recent update to the best of the abilities. We offer our apologies for the delay in proper communication regarding the issue, and for how this delay and the resulting player protests in the recent cold weather caused further concern for many of you. We plan to thoroughly investigate the claims regarding to the inappropriate situation mentioned by our players as well. The Kick Your OvenBreak team discussed how to improve the issues in the Magic Candy blessing system and update and decide to upon the following updates and changes, which will be applied in the next update on February 28th. We'll continue to do our best to communicate with and provide enjoyable content for all of you. I sincerely thank everyone who has shown their continued love and support for Kick Your OvenBreak. Our developers and I will continue to listen to your feedback, communicate sincerely, and do our best to provide enjoyable game content that will leave you with happy memories. Thank you. So basically, this whole entire message states, we all hear you, we all hear the feedback, and we understand that you're all disappointed in us, and we're going to try to fix this, especially since it also says down here how there's apparently people who are protesting in the recent cold weather. Which, honestly, I understand the concept of protests, but in the cold weather. I don't want you all to get frostbite. Like, of course, I understand protests are made for the attention of the people, but this has to put them in the correct step or direction if they're actually making some sort of a post about it. This is why I think for both Cookie Run OvenBreak and Cookie Run Kingdom, one of the most important channels on their Discord servers, because they both have a Cookie Run OvenBreak and a Cookie Run Kingdom Discord server, their most important channel is the server feedback. This is to give feedback for whatever update happens, and if something bad happens, because let me tell you, when it works, it works. When they need feedback, that will be the first channel to really provide it. So, there's a little bit more to the message, which is like a bare overview of it. So, overview. Below is a quick summary of planned changes in the Magic Candy Blessing update. Further details are available below in the update details section. So it says, 1. 2 Magic Candy Blessings will now become just 1 Magic Candy Blessing slot. So, there's no more just having like, oh, now there's 2 blessings that we can apply. No. Now it will be going back to the normal 1 Magic Candy Blessing slot. It's that simple. It doesn't need to be too complex with having 2 or juggling, it's just that single one. Now next is Blessing Point increases reduced to 1/3 of their current level. So basically that means, just going through this, Blessing Point increases reduced to 1/3 of their current level. So I'm pretty sure it just means like, hey, so if you want to get blessed, it just makes it so that now it goes down to a lesser level, which you think that'd be a nerf, but it's kind of hard to describe that one because, you know, Blessing Point increases, reduced, that means an increase but then a decrease, but it's just 1/3 of their current level. So maybe it just has to do with their, the cookie level by itself or the magic candy. I'm not sure. I wish I had a little bit more context about that, or a little more knowledge. But also, the removal of Yugwa Cookie's Brilliant Blessing. Now, as far as I know, I think Yugwa Cookie's Brilliant Blessing is the fact that there was a blessing that was exclusive to them, where it seemed like it was the most optimal thing that you can give them at the time. Like, there are other, obviously there's other blessings, but that one was like, that was the creme de la creme, I'm pretty sure. And lastly, over here on 4, well, this actually goes in a lot. Why did I think it was only 4? But it says, introduction of a guaranteed blessing upgrade system to reduce cost to max out blessings. So now there's a guaranteed blessing upgrade, which means that if you want to go ahead and get a good blessing on it, then that means you can just go ahead and use a guaranteed blessing upgrade, because it might be similar to how it works with treasures, where you can actually use this to like get a guaranteed treasure upgrade. So that one was my first prediction of how it would, you know, act like. But then again, not really many people use those because of how uncommon they are. Like, you're not really going to use the treasure potion to help enhance your treasures. Now for the 5th one, additional ways to obtain Magic Candy Blessing tickets, which I would say is pretty good. Now I do have an absurd amount of those blessing tickets, don't get me wrong. I feel like it'd be better just to have more treasure tickets, but then again, this is still helpful regardless. Now also, compensation for players who previously purchased additional Magic Candy slots. So basically, if you did buy Magic Candy slots, what they're going to do is they're just going to make it so that it's now reverted to just 1. And let me be frank with you, I'm pretty sure if I were to go over to like one of the cookies, I think this system is different from another system that they had that I talked about. I'm sorry, I don't know why I went to rewards. If I went over here to the Magic Candy, there's something over here where you can get blessing things, but I could have sworn there was a section that I used to talk about where, and did they remove it? Because I could have sworn they had this thing where you could have 2 blessings, but it was different, because you could choose between one or another blessing just to swap between it. But now, that was a whole short that I made, and now it must have made it like irrelevant or something, because if I go over to cream soda, not the costumes of Magic Candy, it just has this as well, but then it just activates both of them, which I think is kind of unfortunate that they just removed that, which now I just realized it, and it somewhat makes me a bit more upset. Like, why not just have the old system that made it a little bit more reliable to do things? But it's still just so weird. Whatever. With that being said, there is obviously more to this I gotta go ahead and read. Regular Magic Candy Blessing 3+1 events. So, they just recently added this. So, 3+1 means, I think they added this recently. 3+1, basically it's this, where special blessings, now they give you, like, a bunch of things, where if you just do missions in regards to this, like, daily, I think, it gives you more blessings, I guess. Every 3 blessings, you get 1 more. And you could do this a ton. You can do this upwards of 200 times, so every time that you bless a Magic Candy, you can do it a lot, and you can get some pretty solid rewards out of it. And by that, I mean, I know it's just straight up the, you know, it's just a bunch of these, but, I guess it depends on if you do want to really go through and doing that mission or not. At least doing how much you can do. And lastly, it does say, for 8, Magic Candy reset and refunds via Support Center. So through the support center, I guess you can get your refunds for certain Magic Candy stuff that you applied, and it's hopefully bound to help you out. So it says update details. So it kind of goes into more detail to how all this works. So now I think it goes a little bit more the meat and potatoes of this, which 2 Magic Candy blessing slots goes down to 1. The number of blessings you can equip simultaneously will be reduced back to 1 slot. You will still be able to choose which blessing to equip. So it goes back to the old system. It goes back to the system of, instead of having 2 blessings that you can equip simultaneously, it just goes back to like, you can have 1, but you can have another. If they want, they could probably just, keep this HUD, but just make it like a selectable thing. Because it does make it feel more, identifiable. But now you have blessing point reduced to 1/3, so it means all point increases granted by blessings will be reduced approximately 1/3 of their current level. So this is what I was trying to understand. So it says here, example for legendary destruction points. Before, it was 28,500, but after, it's 9,500 to 10,000. All previously obtained blessings will have their points reduced accordingly. Trophy race scores will be reset along the February 28th update, as previous scores will be unbeatable following the system's rebalancing. So now this makes more sense. It means that the amount of points that you got before with these blessings will now be reduced to 1/3. That makes a little bit more sense, and of course, with Trophy Race, those points are just going to be like reset and with a new update, and because obviously when you have that many high points in the Magic Candies, they're going to be unbeatable with the new system, so they'll just be swapped away. Now, the removal of Yugwa Cookie's Brilliant Blessing. Yugwa Cookie's Brilliant Blessing will be removed from the game. Those of you who already obtained Yugwa Cookie's Brilliant Blessing will have it replaced with a new Standard Blessing. I don't know what that Standard Blessing would be, but you can't get that blessing specific to Yugwa Cookie anymore. Now, next is Guaranteed Blessings. In order to reduce the cost involved in improving a desired blessing or legendary blessing, a new system will be introduced that guarantees blessing point upgrades. Guaranteed upgrades can grant anywhere from a 1 point increase to the max points possible. Guaranteed upgrades only apply to legendary blessings. So guaranteed will only apply to giving you legendary, which is good. If you get guaranteed one, that means it gives you the best blessing that you can possibly get. So it's a good thing. It's not gonna be like, oh well, you got like all these blessing points. Have a rare, not even an epic or legendary, just a rare. That's good. That's amazing change. Now is additional ways to obtain Magic Candy Blessing Tickets, which says down here, players will be able to obtain more Blessing Tickets in more ways than before. The following changes will be made in the next update. 1. The purchase limit for Blessing Tickets and Super Blessing Tickets in the Gem Exchange Center will be changed from 10 to 15, so you can buy more of them. 2. Special Blessing Tickets will be added to the rewards available for Guild Check and Bingo. So when you do your Guild stuff and you play Check and Bingo, you can get those as well. 3. Special Blessing Tickets will be added to the rewards available for Bear Jelly Banks. So when you break those banks open, you have a chance to get these Special Blessing Tickets as well. And lastly, 4. Special Blessing Tickets will be added to Magic Candy Selection rewards and Surprise Bears. So they could also be a Magic Candy Selection reward and Surprise Bears. So instead of just getting like, certain ingredients or just like magic powder, I guess, you can get the Blessing Tickets, which is pretty nice. Now for 6, additional Magic Candy Blessing Slot purchase compensation, being 1,000 crystals. We will compensate players who purchase additional Magic Candy Blessing Slots before the January 25th update with 1,000 crystals per slot purchase. Crystals will be rewarded gradually following the 28th on February update, and this compensation was previously announced. So it was previously announced, so maybe you already got it or not, but it's still nice that they talk about it right here. Now, regular Magic Candy Blessings 3+1 events. 7. The Magic Candy Blessing event, 3+1 events, will be held each time a new cookie is added. This will begin from the 28th of February. So this means every single time that there's a new cookie, they're now going to re-add a regular Magic Candy Blessing 3+1 event, where basically it means like every single time that you bless, you can get more blessing tickets to spend. Which they doing that with the fact that they also do it at the start of every new cookie is definitely going to help new players out. Lastly, adjustments into in-game schedules, which I'm pretty sure they didn't say this in the 8th thing. Did they? And Magic Candy reset and refunds via Support Center, so this one's different. Adjustments to in-game content schedules. The following in-game content will hold score tallying on February 28th to 9 for GMT plus 9 in accordance with the rebalancing. So there's more stuff going on right here about, like, recapping the score and, like, resessioning it. Like Champions League with Candlelight Season 5 is ongoing. Breakout Weekly Roundup 1 is Deep Sea City Water Crab Week 2 upcoming. Breakout Weekly... wait. Yeah, I said that correct. Breakout Weekly Roundup 2, Desert Paradise, Week 2 upcoming. But they also add more things like added at February 17, 2025 in local time, so this was added. Magic Candy resets and in-game currency refunds at 9. Players who wish to reset previous Magic Candy blessings and start over due to changes made in the February 28th update can contact the support team and do so. Applications to be accepted until February 27, 2025, 0559, time shown your device's local time. So, okay, so it's my own devices. So for me, just be that. Reset and refund applications will be withheld as the follows. 1. Reset of all Magic Candy Blessings made between January 25th and February 28th updates. And 2. Refund of all in-game currencies used for the above Magic Candy Blessings made between January 25th and February 28th updates. All resets and refunds must be processed through the support team because it cannot be applied to all accounts as is. We apologize for the trouble. And begin the subject line of your message support to the support team with Magic Candy Blessing Reset request. So if you want to send them some message about wanting a refund on what you spent, make sure it starts off with a Magic Candy Blessing Reset request, because if you don't, they probably won't be able to filter as much. And then they add some extra stuff here. You must include your MID for the request to process. Your MID will be made up of 5 capital letters and 4 numbers, and we cannot process requests made using an incorrect MID, so make sure that you check before you submit. And you can also copy your MID in-game by going to your settings. Your MID and a copy are displayed on the upper right of the screen and stuff like that. Only requests submitted by the date are stated above will be processed. So these are the last couple things that we can read. We once again offer apologies for the frustration caused by the Magic Candy Blessing update and our delayed response regarding the issues. Thank you all for sharing your feedback regarding Cookie Run OvenBreak. As an expression of our apology and a show of our continued appreciation for your love and support of Cookie Run OvenBreak, we will be compensating all players, for that matter, with the following in the February 28th update. So we not only get in the February 28th update, we get 2,000 crystals, 20 special blessing tickets, and 1 million coins. Thank you, your Cookie Run OvenBreak team. Which it is weird how the message started from this is Kill Hyun Cho, and then it ends with the Cookie Run OvenBreak team. It could also be signed the person who started writing the letter as if it was passed down. But I will say, do I think the Magic Candy whole new thing was bad? I don't think it was the worst thing that they have ever added, because of course that's why invitation cards exist. But I don't think it was necessary, because Magic Candies felt like a thing where it was like, if it wasn't broke, why fix it? I feel like you could have fixed more things in regards to things like, treasure enhancements and like other stuff like that. I feel like they needed more time to be, thought about and thought of. So that's just my opinion, but it is a good thing that they're going to be going back on it. They're making changes, and hopefully they're going to be making it so that it's the old way that it was, where you can have different Magic Candy Blessing slots, but you could choose which ones they are instead of having multiple of them, because sheesh, can you imagine having that many all together? That's so many points. That can get you easy high scores. But with that being said, I know this video was a little bit different, but this was just like my opinion on it, like an overview, like a showcase of what was going on, what the upcoming updates will show, and something unique. But still, maybe if you want me to talk about some future stuff like this in the comment section, maybe for Kingdom, maybe when like a new update comes out, I can give a nice talk about it, like, because I know some people do some videos where it's like, oh, here's a new thing that's upcoming in the next update, because that's pretty exciting. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Cookie Run content, and if you enjoy my content in general, then want to subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future, and also down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I get the Cookie Run YouTube stuff for absolutely free. There's a link to my Discord server called the Hypenese Hub, a link to my merchandise you can buy stuff to represent the channel, and lastly a link to my Ko-fi where for just $1 a month you can see exclusive content you wouldn't normally see in this normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.